Hi there. Well, solving the objective questions for 2020 YKSSC. So let's go straight to it. The first one says, number one says, evaluate 75 points. I hope you can see the questions on the right. 75.0785 minus 34.624 plus 9.83. And we're to evaluate that correct to 2 decimal places. So let's add very quickly. 75 addition before subtraction. So you should do 75.0785 plus 9.83 and then subtract 34.624 from the answer. This is 5, 8, 10, 0 carry 1. That's 9. 5 plus 9 is 14, carry 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. And now we subtract 34.624, which gives 5 minus 0 is 5. 8 minus 4 is 4. Borrow 1 from 9, you will left with 8, and you put it here to make it 10. 10 minus 2, 8. 8 minus 6 is 2. 4 minus 4 is 0, and 8 minus 3 is 5. So that 50.28 correct to 2 decimal places. And the correct option is C. I'll be writing the correct option in front of the answer. That's C. Straight to number 2. If the universal set is 1, 2, 3, has elements 1, 2, 3 up to 10, and a subset X has elements less than 7, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and another subset Y has elements which are factors of 24. The elements of Y would then be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 4, 6, 8. So now what is X intersection Y? That simply means the elements that are common to both X and Y, and those are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. The correct option to that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's B. That's option B. Very quickly to number 3. Number 3 says simplify 16 all over 9 raised to power 16 all over 9 raised to power minus 3 over 2 times 16 raised to power minus 3 over 4, everything raised to power 1 over 3. And that simply means 16 raised to power minus 3 over 2 means square root of 16 over 9. 16 over 9 raised to power minus 3 over 2 means square root of 16 over 9 raised to power minus 3. And that's 4 over 3. The square root of 16 over 9 is 4 over 3 raised to power minus 3 times 16 raised to power minus 3 over 4 means 4th root of 16 raised to power minus 3, which is 2 raised to power minus 3. The 4th root of 16 is 2. And that means 2 raised to power minus. That means 16 raised to power minus 3 over 4 is 2 raised to power minus 3. And this simply means 4 over 3 times 2 raised to power minus 3, and everything raised to power 1 over 3. Of course, we know that a squared times b squared is the same as a times b all squared. So 4 over 3 all raised to power minus 3 times 2 raised to power minus 3 will also be the same as 4 over 3 times 2 all raised to power minus 3. And this means 3a1, 3a1, and we have 8 over 3 raised to power minus 1, which is the same as 1 divided by 8 over 3, which simply means 3 over 8. And the correct option is C. Down to number 4 quickly. Number 4 says, find the least value of x which satisfies the equation 4x equals 7 mod 9. 4x equals 7 mod 9. This simply means what's the smallest number by which when 9 is divided, the remainder will be 7. That's what it is. And now if we check, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 mod 9 is 4. 8, these are the multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 4 mod 9 is 4. 8 mod 9 is 8. 12 mod 9 is 3. 16 mod 9 is 7. Yeah, so the answer is 4. Yeah, it is 16 mod 9, that is 7. So that simply means 4x equals 16. So that means x equals 4. So the correct option is D. 16 mod 9 means 7. That means if you divide 16 by 9, the remainder will be 1 remaining 7. And that means 16 mod 9 equals 7. So 4x is the same as 16, and that means x equals 4. Very quickly to the next, number 5. Number 5 says express 1 plus 2 log 3 base 10 in the form of log q base 10. 1 plus q plus 2 log 3 base 10 is simply the same as log 10 base 10 plus log 3 raised to power 2 base 10. And that simply means log 10 times 3 raised to power 2, which is log 90 base 10. And that's the correct option is A. Down to the next, number 6. If 101 base 2 is equal to 12 base y, sorry, not 101, 102 base 2 plus 12 base y equals 23 base 5. That simply means we can change 101 base 2 to base 10. That simply means 1 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0 plus, I'm changing everything to base 10, so that simply means plus 1 times y raised to power 1 plus 2 times y raised to power 0 equals 2 times 5 raised to power 1 plus 3 times 5 raised to power 0. And that simply means 1 times 2 raised to power 2 is 4. 4 plus 0 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0 is the same as 1 times 1, which is 1. That means 4 plus 0 plus 1, which is 5. That means 5 plus 2 times y raised to power 0 is 2 times 1, of course, which is 2. So that means 5 plus 2y equals 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 raised to power 0 is 3. 10 plus 3, 13. Let's check that again. 1 times 2 squared is 4. 0 times 2 raised to power 1 is 0. 1 times 2 raised to power 0 is 1. So that's 4 plus 1, 5 plus. This will be y plus 2 times y raised to power 0 is 2. Y plus 2. Oh, that's it. it should be y plus 2. 1 times y raised by 1 is y, plus 2 times y raised by 0 is 2 times 1, which is 2, equals 2 times 5, 10, 10 plus 3. And that simply means y plus 7 equals 13, which means y equals 13 minus 7. And that simply means y equals 5. Y equals 6 rather. So the correct answer is C. That's 4 plus 1, that's 5, plus y plus 2 equals 10 plus 3. That's correct. That's correct. Now to number 7 quickly. Number 7 says an amount of 550,000 naira was realized when a principal X was saved at 2% simple interest. Simple interest for 5 years. Find the value of X. Amount is principal plus interest. So that means 550,000 naira equals X plus I want to do that here for 550,000 naira equals principal plus interest, which is X plus principal times rate, which is 2 times 5 all over 100, because that's what it is. Amount is equal to principal, which is X, plus interest. Interest is PRT over 100. That's X times R is 2 times time, which is 5 all over 100. And that simply means 100x plus 10x 100x plus 10x over 100 equals 550,000 naira, which simply means 110x equals 550,000 times 100. And now you divide both sides by 110 to get x. Now here you have 110 here, 110 in 550 is 5, and we are left with it. In 550,000 will be 5,000, and x will be equal to 500,000 naira. X is 500,000, which is D. That means the principal is D. Now to the next, number 8. Given square root of 3 plus the square root of 5 over square root of 5. Given that this is equal to y root 15. Find the value of x plus y. That simply means find x and y and then their sum. So this means root 3 plus root 15, root 3 plus root 5 over root 5 times root 5 over root 5. This is just rationalizing the denominator, equals x plus y root 15. And that means root 15 plus root 25 is 5 all over root 5 times root 5 is root 25, which is 5, equals x plus y root 15. And that simply means root 15 over 5 which is the same as 1 over 5 root 15, plus 5 over 5, which is 1, equals x plus y root 15. And now what do? This simply means x equals 1 and y is the coefficient of root 15. If you compare the coefficients of root 15 on both sides, y is the same as 1 over 5. And if you compare the constants on both sides, x is the same as 1. So x plus y is equal to x equals 1, not y. X equals 1 and y equals 1 over 5. So x plus y equals 1 plus 1 over 5, which is of course 1 over 5. The correct option is C. Straight to the next, which is number 9. Number 9 says, if x is 3 and y is minus 1, evaluate 2 into x squared minus y cubed. X equals 3, y equals minus 1. 2 times x squared minus y cubed is the same as 2 times 3 squared, which is 9, minus y cubed means minus 1 cubed, and that's the same as minus 1. So this gives 2 times 9 plus 1, which is 10. And the answer is 20. The correct option is C. Now to number 10 quickly. Solve 3x plus y. 3x minus 2y equals 10, and x plus 3y. X plus 3y equals 7 simultaneously. What do we do here? Let's multiply the first equation by 1 and the second by 3 to eliminate x. And then we have 3x minus 2y equals 10. And the second equation becomes 3x plus 9y equals 21. And then we can subtract 3x minus 3x is 0. 2y minus 9y is minus 11y equals 10 minus 21 is minus 11. And that means y equals 1. So if y equals 1, we can put y in equation 1, which is 3x minus 2y. That's minus 2 times 1 equals 10. And that simply means 3x minus 2 equals 10, which means 3x equals 10 plus 2, and that's 12, which means x equals 4. So x equals 4, y equals 1. What's the correct option? X equals 4, y equals 1. That's D. Down to the next, number 11 very quickly. Number 11 says, number 12 quickly. The first term of a geometric progression is 3 and the fifth term is 48. A equals 3. The fifth term is a raised to the power 4, and it's 48. That means 3r raised to the power 4 equals 48. If you divide both sides by 3, r raised to the power 4 will be 16, and r will be the fourth root of 16, which is 2. The correct option is A. Now to number 13 quickly. Number 13. That says solve the inequality 1 over 3 times 5 minus 3x less than 2 over 5 times 3 minus 7x. What we do here is multiply through by the LCM of the denominators. That's 15. So if I multiply the left hand side by 15, I'm going to have 5 into bracket 5 minus 3x is less than. If you multiply the right hand side by 15, you have 3 times 2, which is, let me write it this way, 3 times 2 into bracket 3 minus 7x, and that's going to be 25 minus 15x is less than 6 times 3, 18 minus 6 times 7 minus 42x. That simply means we can collect like terms. That means minus 15x plus 42x is less than 18 minus 25, which simply means 27x is less than minus 7, and therefore x is less than minus 7 over 25, over 27 rather, and the correct option is D. Now to the next, number 14 quickly. Make m the subject of k equals square root of m minus y over m plus 1. The first thing to do is to square both sides, and that will mean k squared equals m minus y over m plus 1. Now we can cross multiply, and then we have k squared m plus k squared equals m minus y, which simply means now we collect like terms. K squared m like m terms, k squared m minus m is equal to minus y minus k squared, which simply means m into bracket k squared minus 1 equals minus, I can write this as minus y plus, minus into y plus k squared, which means m equals minus into y plus k squared over k squared minus 1. And this is the same as, okay, just to get rid of the negative sign at the numerator, I can write this as over minus into bracket 1 minus k squared. If you take a second to check that again, you understand. And that's the same as y plus k squared all over 1 minus k squared. And the correct option is y plus k squared over 1 minus k squared. The correct option is B. Now to the next, number 15, very quickly. Find the quadratic equation whose roots are 1 over 2 and minus 1 over 3. That's quite simple. The quadratic equation is going to be x squared plus x squared minus sum of roots, which is 1 over 2, plus minus 1 over 3 means minus 1 over 3, times x plus product of roots, which is 1 over 2 times minus 1 over 3 equals 0. That's the quadratic equation, general form of the quadratic equation. X squared minus sum of roots times x plus product of roots equals 0. So 1 over 2 plus minus 1 over 3 means 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3. And that's the same as x squared minus 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3. That's 3 minus 1. That's 1 over 6. 1 over 6x minus 1 over 6 equals 0. And that simply means if we multiply through by 6, we have 6x squared minus x minus 1 equals 0. That's a quadratic equation, and that's the correct option is D. Now to the next number. I think we should stop here and then continue in the next. Thank you very much. I hope that's clear and simple. We continue from there in the next. Bye bye.